shirt.
Thanks, bro.
You got your own merch? Is that available somewhere?
Oh, it's already sold out, man. You know, I want to put myself up there with Beyonce, but I think it's sold out in like an hour. So,
First of all, I guess Dortmund was in town yesterday. What was that experience like? What did you think of watching soccer in America?
it was pretty cool. I got to meet Mats Hummels, one of the 2014 world champions. I got to meet Emre Can, one of my favorite players. I did get some negative comments on my social media from my hometown because obviously Dortmund is not the club that I'm supposed to be supporting, but I had to take the opportunity, man.
I saw you had some thoughts on American soccer fans.
Yeah, it was funny, man. Like every offsides, they would yell stuff like it's a football game, like let the boys play, you know. But it's offsides. We need that in soccer, you know what I mean? We can't just. But yeah, it was cool.
Barcelona, Milano, are you going?
No, man. Tomorrow is first day in pad, so I got to be locked in for that.
No, for you for pads.
I mean, it's the main part that I wait on, right? Every off season, so. Big work day tomorrow. We'll see where we're at with the run blocking, and yeah, looking forward to it.
Jakob, this is going to be a very big time now for Zamir. I'm just curious what you see out of him in his second camp, and what are your thoughts on his maturation to be ready for this opportunity?
Man, Zamir, honestly, I mean, his locker is right next to mine. I always try to give him a good word every day, but he's just been coming in, you know, super focused, working hard, asking questions every day. And I'm excited to be out there leading the way for him.
I guess what is the mood in the room with Josh not there and everybody just kind of understanding that he's not there with you guys, but you want him to be there, but you support him, I'm sure. So I guess what is the mood there?
Yeah, I mean everybody is supporting Josh, and this is just a situation. It's a situation around the league, and I hope it gets figured out. And we see what happens, but. Right now we're in camp, you know, and we have to get ready for our first day of pads. So the mood is good, you know. It's football.
As somebody who grew up maybe without softball being a main sport, do you sympathize with Nate Hobbs' fly catching skills, or do you kind of give him a bad time?
Oh man, listen, I was right there, man, and I thought he had it too. But actually, a couple innings later, I had a fly ball going my way, and I let it go right over my head too. So that stuff is a little harder than I guess we expected. Also, somebody should have told me before the game to touch the home plate when you want to score. You know what I mean? I thought it was more like a finish line situation, but next year, all right? Next year, we're coming and we're winning this thing. All right.
Jakob, what is the difference between year one and year two with so many guys now that do understand the system, being able to help the new guys, where last year everybody was, well, not you, but most.
Yeah, I mean, if you're new to an offense, there's always a lot more work that you have to put in just understanding the verbiage, understanding the terminology. Once you make that step, then you can get into the real details of the football, of how you're going to adjust to certain looks, how you're going to key the defense up, and you can think ahead a little bit as a player. So, just having more time in the offense helps, but at the end of the day, you have to go out there every day and put it all out there and perform. So, yeah, man, we're taking it day by day, and we'll see where it goes.
Jakob, obviously, the fullback position is something that's kind of beginning to be phased out of football, and you're the only fullback on this roster. Considering your skill set, what you do, how much pride do you take in the importance that you provide to this team?
Man, I think all fullbacks take a bit of pride in being the last ones that are still here, right? Like, I don't think the position will ever completely go away. It's been the kind of the running story for as long as I've been in the league, right, 5 years, that the fullback is going to die out. But really, the numbers haven't changed that much. The teams that do have a fullback have a fullback. The teams that don't. But I definitely feel like we're standing on the shoulders of giants, guys like James Devlin that I came up underneath, Mike Allstott, all these guys that played this position before us, and we're trying to keep it alive, man.
Working with the tight ends and the running backs, how many positional group meetings do you go to?
Man, well, I used to be in the tight end room. I'm here. I'm in the running back room. But the fullback, and especially in this offense, there's so many different places that you can be, that you have to be ready for. So yeah, I just try to take a little bit from everybody.
You mentioned Allstott. Are you going to Josh, trying to get in his ear to give you some more carries.
Hey man, listen, I try not to be that guy, you know. Wherever coach sees me, that's where I'll be. But I did watch 2001 Ravens against Tampa Bay game the other night, and that was pretty cool to see.
arrived
You
to
did
the
a couple of
NFL
times.
So,
Go ahead.
You arrived to the NFL with the International Player Pathway Program, and
Yeah.
now the Raiders have David too that arrives here. That way, are you trying to be a mentor with him, trying to tell him what he has to do to be like you, a 5-year vet now?
Oh, 100%, man. I mean, David's situation is a little different. You know, obviously he came directly from Nigeria, never really played football before, but I had the chance of meeting him in the spring already and speaking to him there a little bit, and then now watching him grow throughout OTAs and where he's at now. You know, I think he still has a lot to learn, a long journey ahead of him, but he's definitely putting the work in every day and coming to work with the right mindset, because when you're new to football like that, you know, you just have to keep chopping away at it, and eventually the dam will break. So he's on the right track.
You had mentioned a couple times, Jakob. What is your excitement level to get the pads on?
I mean, it's the most important day of the year, right? This first day of pads, real football starts. You know, we can finally, all this stuff that we X'd and O'd out all year, we're finally putting the metal to the floor and getting in there. So, yeah, for me, that's the most exciting part about training camp. And once we cross that, you know, we can get back to the third down passes and all that stuff. But first day of pads is important.
Is that when the real trash talking starts?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, you guys saw it a little bit today. Things is getting a little bit more chippy out there, so I think it's gonna be a good day tomorrow.
One defense has been talking enough that they're gonna get hit first.
I mean, I think we all know our front man trash talker here on the team, right? The Condor. I mean, he's gonna always do his thing. So we'll see how that goes.
If you're playing with the same offensive line that you played with last year, how much does that make your job easier in terms of picking up blocking assignments and then being the lead blocker down in the A and B games?
I mean, it doesn't necessarily make the blocking easier, but it does help with the communication. You know, you just you know each other, you know each other's tendencies. You can give each other reminders on things that you know that the other person might struggle with. So, yeah, I think the camaraderie and everything has just been coming together a little bit more this year.
Obviously, Raider Nation is worldwide. There's a lot of Raider fans in Germany, but how much pride do you take on trying to be that ambassador from inside the team to help the fan base grow even more in your native country?
Yeah, I mean that's been my my mission here, right? Trying to expand this pathway that I came across on, and you know the game back home is growing and expanding every year. I mean, the European League of Football is going into its third season right now. My franchise is doing pretty good. You know, I think we're sitting at about 6-1 or 7-1 right now. So yeah, I think that's my role as an ambassador for the sport. Try to do my best to you know, put out content and stuff for the people back home and play good football while I'm at it, so I can stay here.
On the back end of that question, I know you kind of feud a little bit with Jermaine on Twitter. When we went to the hostess camp in London.
Yeah.
You know about the Germany camp versus the London camp.
Yeah.
Is that something that you kind of have a passion for? You know, going back to Germany and maybe doing something to that regard of hosting camp.
100%. So we're already working on it. We already had some conversations. We're definitely trying to make this England versus Germany match happen. Hopefully in London. But yeah, I mean we both come from international backgrounds, so we try to do our best to grow the game back home, because I think eventually that'll help the league and help us, right? We need somebody to still play football 30 years from now when it's time to collect our pensions. So anything we can do to pay for it.
Do you want to admit publicly that you thought some British food wasn't that bad?
Yeah, I think I can go on record with that, right? So I was talking a lot of cash to Jermaine about eating beans for breakfast, but I tried that out. It's not that bad. Yeah, those baked beans that they talk about with toast, you can do it. It's doable. Edible.
Anything else?
All right, that's it. Appreciate you guys.
Thanks, Jack.
Thanks.